Hi, guys. This is Andrea Smith. So, on this weekly coaching program, I want to talk about your path from excuses to empowerment because we always make excuses about things, Excuses, they are unseen barriers. So, we need to understand that these excuses do affect our mental health because we won't do XYZ that is really important for ourselves if we make excuses all the time. So, understanding the power of excuses is really, really key here. Realizing the impact on our awareness, identifying self blocks and limitations also is important. Now, what do I mean when I say excuses are mental barriers to awareness? So, there are five different ways to live by when you change the way you look at things. And you know what? The way you look at things will change. So, common excuses are we will have is it's too difficult to do things differently, or it's never happened before, or I'm not strong enough, I'm not smart enough, I'm too old, I'm too young. There's so many things that we say. Now, what happens when we make excuses? We suppress that emotion. So every day, I'm sure you read about people who've decided to change the way they feel. They say, "Oh, I'm going to change my diet, I'm going to exercise," and then they make excuses. "Oh, I was working too hard," or "It's too difficult," and they then fall off the wagon, or they want to recover from this relationship breakdown, or they're leaving their job, or they're walking away from a bad boss. There's so many things that you realize that people want to change. But what happens is they don't change. They suppress these emotions. And it's dangerous because it is not suitable for your health and well being. It's okay in the short term because you make an excuse, but then you get back on track. But if you constantly are suppressing things that are really important to you, you will develop a lifelong habit of suppressing your emotions. But you know that you have a choice. You can take back what's yours, express your emotions. So we are given emotions to navigate this world. So you don't ignore that sat nav when it tells you to turn left or right, because then if you take a wrong turn, then it leads to suppressed emotions, then leads to mental health issues, then leads to you feeling anxious about something. So embrace that change. Real stories of people making that change. You've heard of the Invictus Games that was on recently, real stories of people who have real physical disabilities making that change in their lives and pushing themselves, walking away from toxic relationships and jobs, leaving behind unfulfilled organizational systems. So the age of your body can be an obstacle to changing this lifelong habit of exercising, but you can do some sort of exercise, some sort of stretching to improve your health and well being. So, depending on where you grew up, you've heard the statement is you can't take your bicycle for a ride till you're seven. But actually, people learn how to ride bikes a lot easier now. People now at 2 or 3 learn how to play tennis. So, you can do so many things. You don't want your mind full of anxiety or worry. You need to focus. So, if you want to be the real deal, you need to feel. By feeling, you need to understand what you're feeling and why you're feeling it, then validate and not suppress it. Emotions are given to us, they tell us what we think about where we're going. So don't try and ignore them. Don't try, just try and embrace them. Remember, life happens for you, not to you. I always use this analogy is the past is like a trail left behind. So if you're going on a boat on the river on a cruise, or if you've ever been in a boat or driving in a car, the stuff left behind, like the stone or the bump that you left on the road or the waves from the boat, is always the past that left behind. Don't let your past dictate your future. They're all the past. They cannot come back and haunt you unless you let them and you keep thinking about them, regurgitating them and re emphasizing them in your life. Your excuse is, oh, I can't change, but you can. If you don't change, it keeps you locked in this habitual way of thinking. The years you've spent, you know, in that negativity, in that anxiousness, it weakens your belief that you can do something. You are emotionally and spiritually and physically capable. So shift out of that mental belief that you can't do things. Become vigilant, active, demonstrate a new kind of bravery. Affirm that you're breaking free from those thinking habits, convinced that you are a strong person and you can move forward to doing things. Overcome excuses by recognizing the power of past based beliefs. Shift out of those limiting beliefs. Your bravery is embracing change. So, I have an exercise at the end of this video for you to understand your current situation, to identify what's working for what's not, and envision what you would like to be in the future. I'd like you to do that exercise and then comment in the school or where you're at and what you're doing. It's reflecting on your journey. So, what you can do from now onwards. Can you challenge those old patterns? Feel inspired with newfound awareness of that life hidden behind those excuses. Can you eliminate those excuses and get up to where they're revealed in this false belief? Can you elevate your life by taking responsibility of who you are, what you choose to become? Can you bring your desire to disconnecting the power of your subconscious so you can continue to run your life the way you want it to be? I'd like you to think about all of these things and let me know how's it going. Thank you so much, and I look forward to chatting with you on the next call and getting feedback of how it's worked out. Bye for now.